If I was to describe this journey in 3 words, these are what it would be. Difficult, interesting, and satisfying. Ladies and gentlemen, the race continues to 400 yards.
Go. Go on. Yeah, and relax.
So let's begin with talking about the gym sessions. I've been working with my strength and conditioning coach to develop power and explosiveness through the ground. I've been focusing on the workouts that John has set up for me the last month with the aim to improve my robustness and prevent injury taking place. These 2 areas specifically are my abductors and obliques. So all the side core areas around here are the ones I want to be careful of, because these are the ones that are taking on all the force when it comes to speed training. And I'm not gonna lie, I have had a lot of aches and pains after doing a few of the speed sessions, but we'll dive into that later on in the video. Overall, I found these workouts a mix between easy and difficult. The main exercises that I was doing before the training I've been doing with John for the last month, I found okay. Until he mentions, get the posture right, get the form right, take your time, slow down, increase the weight. All these little factors that I've been working on for the last month have made these exercises from easy and simple to very difficult to do and hard to maintain as well. So I've had to change the weights around at home because I'm limited to how much I can lift. Because of this limit, some of the exercises that John has given me specifically to improve the core areas, some of them have been easier because of the weights. I've only got 2.5, and it goes straight up to 10s in kilograms. So I'm using the 2.5s for some of the exercises that I know that it would be pretty much impossible to use 10s at the moment. Whereas with others, rather than 5 kilograms, I've had to go all the way to 10 kilograms doing this. So it's made some of the exercises a lot easier and a few of the exercises a lot harder. But the question that we all want to know since chapter 1 is, has this impacted my strength? Have I gained power? Have I gained speed? Have I gained robustness? Am I able to swing the golf club faster than I could do before? Let's take a look at when I went to catch up with the strength and conditioning coach John Webb from Active.
Go. Go on. Yeah, and relax.
As you're already aware from chapter 1, we did a load of strength and conditioning tests when I went to see John the first time. Well, in chapter 2, we have done the same thing to keep track of my progress and see where my body's at in terms of strength, power, speed, fat, muscle and weight. And there's a few little interesting factors I found that have changed in the last 47 days. One in particular is that I've lost 1.5 kilograms of weight. So I've gone from 82.25 kilograms in weight to now 80.75 kilograms. My chest has increased by 1 centimeter. However, my arms have technically reduced by 1 centimeter, or something like 0.86 of a centimeter. So I'm gonna round it up to 1 centimeter taken off, unfortunately. Damn it. Which isn't great, but the most important thing John was interested in was, have I gained muscle around my hip area, my core area, and my legs? Which, by the way, all have increased a little bit. We're talking 1 to 2 centimeters around my sort of waist area, and 1 to 2 centimeters around my legs. This indicates that I've lost weight in the correct areas, well, the ideal areas that we would want to lose weight in. As John said, we're better off gaining a kilogram of muscle as opposed to gaining 5 kilograms of fat. Because fat is useless, we're better off losing weight to gain more power. Moving on to the squat jump test, there was a few where you would just freeload, jumping down, well, squatting down, jumping up, and there was a few where I had to stay in this position down below until John would say go up. Well, the ones where they were controlled, so where John was saying, right, squat down now, hold it, hold it, hold it, and then jump up, they weren't actually as good as from last time. However, when it comes to the freewheeling ones, where I could just squat down, jump up as fast as I could, my results gained. But on the whole, okay scores. When I say reduced, they've only reduced by a couple of newtons, so it's not a lot at all. When we moved on to the track bar deadlifts, and this was what I thought the most satisfying, because when we worked our way up from 90 kilograms to 120, 150, then 180, as you can probably remember from chapter 1, I was mentioning how I was able to lift heavy objects at speed. However, when it came to lighter objects, I should have been lifting them a lot quicker, but I was struggling to. So looking at the track bar deadlift results, when I was lifting 150 kilograms, I was able to lift that ever so slightly faster than I could a month ago with the 120 kilograms. Add on an extra 30 kilograms and I can lift that faster than I could with 120 kilograms a month ago. I'm going to take that any day of the week. That's probably one of the biggest jumps we'll see for the next few months, I reckon. Hey, I'll take it if there's a few more like that, absolutely, but that's a huge jump in terms of strength, especially with these. So to keep things simple, the short answer is I'm getting stronger, but we want to utilize what I have now as well as gaining muscle. So moving on to actually practicing golf, I haven't been able to make my way down to the driving range since chapter 1. However, I was able to go out and play my first round of golf of the year last month in February down at Wallasey Golf Club, and I was really impressed with the condition of the course. But looking into the driver, I did feel and could see the difference. The longest iron I had to hit into a green on that course, and this is including par 5s, was a 5-iron. I could certainly see it in the flight. They were going slightly higher but more penetrating. They were carrying further, and it's been backed up by the TrackMan results I've been getting recently as well. I was able to score 34 points around Wallasey Golf Club with 4 birdies, 4 bogeys, but that was also with a blob. But I'll take it. First round of the year, happy days. Looking at the golf speed training. So in addition to the gym and my golf practice, one of the big things with it being a work in progress is the speed workouts. I'm still only doing 1 session a week, but I found since last time we spoke, I've suffered massively with aches and pains around my abductors and obliques. As I spoke to you about before when we were doing the exercises, obviously this is the aim, to reduce these aches and pains, but because I'm swinging so fast and rotating so fast out the way, I'm mainly getting it in my lower abductors here on my left side because that's executing so quick out the way. It's just stretching my whole body out, so I've got to be really careful with that. It's quite frustrating because I can feel myself stopping and limiting my potential only because I'm trying to protect this area. So no matter what I'm trying to do and swinging as hard as I can, the brain's going, no, I'm not letting you do that, buddy. And I had a chat to John about this, and he was saying the same thing, that will happen, but eventually you've just got to trust in the fact that that's not going to cause an injury because I'm doing all these strength and conditioning workouts to protect these areas, so that's highly unlikely. So I've got to go now and trust that when I'm swinging fast, I'm not going to make an injury. Once I freewheel it, get myself out there and out the way, I'm going to be able to see a lot higher speeds. Because as you can imagine, I'm swinging back really quickly, so then having to stop to then rotate, to transition, obviously that's completely changing my angle. So I'm going back, stop, go. As I'm swinging through, I've got to put the brakes on, otherwise the club's going to wrap around my neck and it's going to hurt like crazy, which I have done a couple of times. I've not been able to stop, and I've been getting quite a few bruises on the back of my neck when this happens as well, so it's the joys of speed training. So with the speed sticks, the really cool thing about this is that I've been able to hit 171 miles per hour with the light speed stick I've been using. If you take note from last time, I was only able to get it over 150 miles an hour. So backing up to what we were mentioning before, how I was struggling to lift lighter objects at fast speeds, now I'm starting to bring this into play. I'm able to do this better, which is great. The middle stick, the highest I've done is 154 miles an hour, so it's only an extra 5 miles an hour since last time, and the heaviest stick has been 151, so only 2 miles an hour quicker than last time. So at the moment I'm being able to lift those lighter objects at higher speeds, which does relate back to the trap bar deadlifts when I mentioned the 150 kilograms. Now I'm lifting that quicker than I ever was with the 120 kilograms a month ago, which does indicate this is a big improvement, but I need to get heavier. I need to increase the speeds with my mid and heavy sticks. I did mention last time that I am in the market for a new driver. I have contacted a couple of places, but unfortunately they haven't got back to me, or they haven't got what I'm after, and that is a 4-degree head. So if any of you guys out there that are watching this video know someone that can provide someone like me with a 4-degree driver with a very stiff shaft, please let me know. It'd be great to get in touch with them and get this sorted ASAP. I really want to lower that flight, get it more penetrating and going forward as opposed to going too high in the air. But that's all for that one. So looking at the results so far, I'm happy to say that I've already seen some gains in my strength and speed as mentioned earlier, but diving into numbers, I've been able to reach 118 miles an hour swing speed with my 7-iron. Unfortunately, I still haven't been able to go full out with the driver just yet, but after finishing off all the background filming that you're seeing during this video, we were able to put the net up. So this means only one thing: bottoms. The longest drive I've hit so far on Trapman is 365 yards, and this was after the speed training session I did when I was able to hit 118 miles an hour, which wasn't last week, it was the week before. I think I made 30 to 40 swings with the 7-iron, and then going straight into driver, I could really feel my abductors and obliques sort of aching, so I was trying to go full at it, but I could feel my body just getting tired, my brain getting tired, and I reckon I could have gone a lot further if I did the speed session with the driver. So it's going to be very, very cool to see with this new net in place down here at the Golf Projects for Chapter 3. So stay tuned for that one. But looking at this on the whole, I was able to hit 355 last time, 365 this time, not at my full speed. Obviously in my head I'm trying to go full speed, but I knew it wasn't my full speed. It's still a pretty good improvement in a month, which is really good. I'm on track. If we keep on doing that for the next couple of months, I will be on track to hit the ball 400 yards. So fingers crossed on that one. Looking at all the data, all the progress that I've made from Chapter 1, it's been really good. It's been really good on the whole. It's been tough. It's been really tough, and it's only going to get harder. When I went to see John at the gym, we were looking into changing the exercises, not completely, keeping them very similar because he's only seeing me once a month. But oh my gosh, this is gonna get even harder. This is gonna get really, really hard. I've looked at some of these exercises, I've done them with John, and I'm like, oh my, this is a really big test now. My plans for Chapter 3 are simple. 1, to find a new driver. 2, to invest in more weights for the garage gym so I can conduct these workouts properly as opposed to lifting too heavy or lifting too light. I'm excited to see where these new programs take me in a month's time, and I hope you are too. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you stay tuned for part 3, set to come mid-April. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. The Race to 400 Yards Chapter 2 complete.